welcome to my channel. Today is the 21st of December 2023. So, as I promised you, we're going to do some stitching. I have already secured my thread with the loop method. I'm stitching in hand. This is Santa with an elk. It's supposed to be a reindeer, but over here, what's written up there is elk. And this is number 2. I don't know where there's number 1. How are you doing today? Sometimes I find it hard to put in a needle. I'm still learning about the sizes of the needles, and I have noticed that it is easier to stitch with some of them as it is with others. I really don't understand yet the sizing of the needles. This is a 14 count Ada. I have 11 count, and I have just learned what is a 9 count. From what I understand, this one is a 9 count. It's done with the beads. Would be nice if I put some light on the subject, right? Yeah, always helps. There we go. Let there be light, and there is light. I don't see too much sparkle in these what are they called? Crystals? Beads? It's called beaded cross stitch. It's going to be a key chain, I believe. The tassels and everything on it. I don't think I would use it for a keychain. It'd be rather bulky to put in my pocket. I don't usually walk around with a pocketbook. Usually I just take my telephone and a debit card. That's about it. However, I think I'm missing a stitch there, but I'm not sure. Yes, last night I was making quite a few mistakes, and then I figured perhaps it's time for me to go to bed. I put some blingies over here. Can't see it bling, huh? And on the hat of Santa. Looks more like a gnome, which I love gnomes. You know me and gnomes. I mean, I think they are the cutest little things. This needle has a tendency to poke me. It's one of the sharper ones. But I was having a bit of a problem last night trying to get the needle to go through. So I figured I would switch. I think slowly I'm beginning to tell the difference between needles for 11 count and needles for 14 count. Of course, for the beads, it's a different needle again because the needle has to go through the bead. I don't know. I think they look like glass beads. See how tiny they are. The ones I saw on YouTube, some of the reviews, they had like beaded cross stitch from AliExpress. Well, my favorite company on AliExpress for diamond painting was Ever Moment. The problem getting diamond painting from overseas is the cost of shipping went up so high that I'm really serious. I have to reconsider, whether I order stuff from overseas and have it shipped. I do look for free shipping, but then you would have to spend so much money. If you compare the prices to Hungarian income, some of them is very pricey. I can't see straight. Don't ask me why. I don't know. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning. This is where I have a little bit of quiet time. Very well organized for the holidays. I have to wrap a couple of presents. The amount of work that has to be done, as with most housewives, holidays are a lot of work. However, I have made a schedule of when I am going to do as far as cooking and baking. Today I have a couple of blankets to wash yet. I did all the bedding already. Prepared the guest room. Since we are going to have weekend guests. As I told you before, Christmas in Hungary is a 3-day to do, 24, 25, and 26. And we have a long weekend. I don't particularly like the way that stitch looks. But we're going to pretend that it looks good. I was in a bit of I was pushing this particular project that I have in my hand. I wanted it to be finished for Christmas. Well, this blingy thing, I'm having a problem pushing the needle through. Where's the hole? I don't know. Ah, up there. Nope, wrong place. Because I have to go. The crossing I do from right to left. The beginning of the stitch I do from the other way. Okay, so come up there. I think the needle is getting stuck with the blingy thing. Well, that looks anything but good. Don't judge me, I'm learning, and right now I cannot feel my hands. I have no idea why not. Okay, what's going on here? I would like the needle to come up in the hole. The needle has a different idea. Well, let's try going from there. We're still crossing in the same direction. Yeah, I think that's why I didn't want to come up. Okay, now let's see. Oh my goodness, does that look like a mess? Guess who's going to have Froggy visiting them? I absolutely adore my new pair of scissors. Pretty, sharp. Okay. Not too proud of the way this looks. You know, I'm giving myself these positive directions. Once you wash it and iron it, it's going to look better. I am hoping. The other one, the little girl in the bonnet, well, contrary to what I wanted to do, I am building up a stash. So the little girl in the bonnet, the white yarn seems to be of a lower quality than the colored one. Would you believe? Does that sound reasonable or logical? I don't know. Sometimes the stitches look real nice and sometimes they look yucky. Now, I don't know what I did there. Oh, I skipped one. Shall we cheat? Let's see if this is going to work. Well, it looks the same. Since I'm half blind, to me it looks the same. We're supposed to have surgery on both eyes, but things happened and had to postpone. So I think it would be a better idea to wait until spring before summer sets in, because one eye has to be done and then wait 6 weeks and then do the other eye. And then I will actually be able to see what I'm sewing over here. Because at the moment, I vaguely see. And I can't even say that I'm feeling the stitches because right now my hands are numb. This one doesn't want to go either. And my thread is getting short. I think as far as using the frame for stitching, I think that's something I will have to learn. Because at first I got a small frame. Well, that didn't work out very well, because it is a large piece. The little girl in a bonnet. And I think the rest of them that I have in the stash, aside from the two babies, one for fall and one for winter, we did spring and summer. So those are the only two small ones. Oh yeah, I have some 14 count. It's Flowers of the Month. It's a whole series of 14 count small flower stitching. Oh, look, perfect. We got to the end. There. I hope I can finish the top part and then get started. I did some in here, and I did some, I call it a reindeer. It says elk on the top. Don't ask me why. Let me finish this thread here. And then I ordered some floss drops. I thought that they were acrylic, but they're not. They're paper. Never learn. Read what you read what you order. I think would be more to the point. Let me grab out thread out. Well, I learned that very well. Really, you don't get knots and what have you. Just pull one thread out at a time. Since I'm using the loop method and this is 2 threads, I fold the long thread in half, and this is how I get 2. And then I use a needle threader because I'm blind. Let me tell you, life is rough. Once in a while I find a hole, rarely. You cannot thread the needle on the sharp end. You have to thread it through the hole. Yeah, that's today's observation. Stop rolling on the floor laughing. I can see you. Yeah. Where's the hole? Oh, I think I found the hole. Now, let's get the thread. Put the thread in the hole like that. Pull it through. And then we're all set. So as I said, I start with the loop method. So what I'm going to try and do is go across. Let's see how far one threading goes. um, um, so I think with the two-hand method, the hardest part will be is finding holes. Okay. Yeah, sorry. See me struggling. And pull it through, and then the thread is secure. The reason I cannot see is because I had the magnifying glass pushed to the side because it was in my way. Okay. Do you think I can reach on the other side with one threading of the needle without making a mistake? Now that would be a miracle, wouldn't it? I didn't think I was going to fall in love with cross-stitching as much as I have. I have some other projects, you know, in the background. And as far as relaxing, I do some diamond painting. But this is really comfort stitching because I think I really got scared with that first counted stitching. You know, the bookmarks I made with the bird. It's beautiful. I have to admit that. And then, of course, I went to the YouTube and looked at all the videos and learned. Well, you know what the biggest help was? I looked at the YouTube creator doing counted cross stitch, crossing out the stitches you have already made, because this is where I got confused, you know, like where am I on the pattern? So I did learn a lot. I don't think I would consider myself good enough to, let's say, try a heaven and earth design. However, I did get a good idea on the internet to do a heaven and earth design diamond painting. I think that might help. Also, perhaps in their group on Facebook, they had free patterns and they were small patterns. I think that's another good idea to learn. I do think the biggest help was crossing out the stitches you already made. I even did that with the bottom over here because there's, you know, different colors. So I crossed out the ones I already made, you know, on the pattern. Somewhere I crossed them out. Take my word for it. Oh dear. So the schedule is on the 24th is family night. It's a tradition here in Hungary, and that's where the gifts are open. And, you know, there's an afternoon church service for the children, And that's when an adult stays at home, decorates a tree, and puts the presents, etc. And then after church comes a big dinner on the 24th. And then after that, the gifts get opened. Now, some of the Catholic churches, there is a midnight service, a vigil, waiting for the baby to be born. It's an exciting time. And I don't know, there seems to be such a, I don't know, like if even nature knows it is a special night. You know what I'm trying to say? There does seem to be a bit of magic in the air. In the old pagan days, there was a festival of lights because it was the belief that the sun goes away in the winter, and the sunlight is needed for life, crops to grow, etc., etc., etc. And so they would build large bonfires and, put candles in the window and everything. This was to show the way for the sun to find its way back. Vaguely, that's an explanation of the Festival of Lights. And from what I understand, this is where we got that we need to have candles and lights. And I think in England, there was a Yule log. I don't know what the tradition behind that is. Yep, I just made a big boo-boo. Okay, we fixed it. The Christmas tree, I think, comes from a German tradition. Like Silent Night was a lullaby written by Martin Luther, who was a minister. Was written as a lullaby. It would be interesting to look up into how many languages the Silent Night has been translated into. Well, right now I know English, German, Hungarian, that's all I know right now. I have a suspicion that almost every country that celebrates Christmas has Silent Night in their own language. Just like Christmas Tree is a German song, or Tannenbaum, and it's been translated into many different languages. When I was living in America, I didn't realize that there were such things as traditional Hungarian Christmas carols. Really. And they are beautiful. I'm sure there are Christmas carols of every country. And it'd be nice to have a collection of international Christmas carols, no? Splitting the thread over here. I don't want to be railroading. I don't know what that is, but I don't think I'm going to be doing that. Let's just get the basics of this down before we try to get fancy. I think for the background, I would probably stitch in hand. There's a lot of confetti on a little girl's bonnet, and some are very hard to figure out what symbol is which, because there's 3 symbols that look just the same. Nope, not kidding. Okay. And we don't want knots. Put the thread out of the way like that. And then on a corner it always gets caught. You know. Yep. I'm sure there's an easier way of doing this. But this is the way I do it. I think, just like with diamond painting at first, or with crocheting, I learned everything, on YouTube. I think with all of these crafts, first of all, you should enjoy. This is why we do crafts, to enjoy. If it becomes work, or if it becomes because I must, then it's not a craft anymore. We do it because it gives us joy, pleasure, definitely relaxes me. And since I'm not very artistically talented, I am able to produce beautiful end results. With pictures or, no, they're not perfect, it's okay. This is what was stopping me at first. Oh, it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to look perfect like the ones, I see people that I learned in the videos on YouTube. And then somebody said on one of the videos, there's no such thing as a diamond painting police or a cross-stitching police. We all make mistakes. We all have our own way of doing things. And if you enjoy a craft, then the craft has served its purpose. And when you are making a handmade gift, it is something very special. There's your time, effort, your love put into that gift. Because when you're used to, crochet, make some amigurumi or something, I would be thinking all the while I was making it about the person that I'm making it for. And if somebody thinks I am important enough to spend time to make a gift for me, I think that's very special. Do you agree? And it's definitely one of a kind, not the run-of-the-mill. You can run to the store, pick it up, it's done. I mean, possibly they were working on my gift for months. And all that time, they were thinking about me, about my reaction, how I will like it or not like it. Sometimes it could be a funny gift. I mean, think about that when somebody gives you a handmade gift. Just the time it takes to choose what you are going to make, So I thank you very much for joining me this Thursday morning. Stay safe, be healthy, be happy. Enjoy the holiday season. Try as much as possible. See you later. Bye for now. Bye.